guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kari with Crochet Me Knots. Welcome back. Good to see you. Before we get started, let me remind you to check the description box. There I list any kind of notes or any corrections I need to make about the video. Also, there's links to my Instagram account and my eBay store. I would love to see your work if you've made any of my videos, if you followed any tutorial of mine and done some of the work. I would love to see that, so you could always tag your photos on Instagram so I can check those out. Okay, so like you can see today, we're going to make this ear saver with a rose in the center. It is very simple to make. It's done in 2 pieces, so we're going to make our band, which is the leaves, and then we make a rose for the center. And the rose is very simple to make because it's just one long curly strip that we crochet, and then it just kind of folds itself into the shape of the rose, as you can see that, and then we just attach it to the center. Okay, so to make this, what we need is some medium weight yarn. So this is a 4-ply worsted weight. This is a size 4. I am going to use the red color in this case. I used pink for this last one. Same thing with the green. So we need the green color in the medium weight as well. Okay, so also I am going to use a size I or 5.5 millimeter hook. We need 2 buttons. These are 20 millimeters. We're going to need 2 needles, a tapestry needle to attach our rose to the band, and then you need a hand needle with a large eye preferably, so you can sew in your buttons at the end. Alright, so let's get everything we need and let's get started. Alright, so to start, I always like to recommend you leave a long tail at the beginning and at the end, so you can sew in your buttons with the same working yarn. It's just a little more secure that way, but if you prefer to use needle and thread, that is up to you. So if you want to go ahead and use your yarn, just leave a long tail. I'm not going to do that in this case because I don't need to sew in the buttons. This is just for the video. So we're going to start with our slip knot. And then we are going to chain 28. I don't want to count out loud and get you guys lose your place and I have to start over. So now there we go. We have our chain of 28. All right, so what we need to do is we are going to single crochet into the second chain from the hook and into the next one. Okay, on the next 2 chains, we are going to crochet half double crochets in the next 2. So yarn over and insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. In the next 2 chains, we're going to double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Same thing on the next one. And we're just creating the shape of the leaf. Okay, on the next chain, we are going to crochet a treble crochet. So we yarn over twice, insert your hook into the chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2, and that is your treble, and we only make 1 treble crochet. And now we're going to start to go downhill, so we're going to repeat this. So now we're going to do 2 double crochets in the next 2 chains, and 2 half doubles in the next 2 chains. And then we finish off with 2 single crochets in the next 2 chains. And that is the first half of the first leaf. Okay, so now to divide the leaves, we're just going to do 1 more single crochet. And then we're going to repeat everything we just did here. So we're going to do 2 single crochets in the first 2, and then 2 half doubles, and then 2 double crochets, and then your treble, and then work your way back down. 2 double crochets, two half doubles, and 2 singles. And there we go. That is the first part of our leaves. Alright, so we are going to chain 1, and we're going to flip this upside down. And we are going to try and, so we're basically just going to mirror everything we did on this side, but on top. So on our single crochet, and I'm going to try and see if you can see here really good. We're going to try and put these stitches at the base of our, so here we have our single crochet. So at the base of that, we're going to do a single crochet. And that is not the right strand. I was picking up that tail, which is what you should be using for your button at the end. Okay, so here we have our first single. So we're going to put a single crochet. There's the other one. And then we have our 2 half doubles. So just try to put your stitch at the base of each of the stitches. There we go. Now we have our double crochets. So 2 double crochets. And then our treble. So basically we're repeating everything we did in the previous side. So just go ahead and continue. In the middle here, after you finish your leaf, remember there's a single crochet separating both of those leaves. So continue all the way down, and I'll see you at the end. Alright guys, I'm almost done here. Just finishing up my last part of the leaf, and we end up with our 2 single crochets. There we go. And now to finish off, after you finish your single crochet, we are just going to slip stitch to the top of that first single crochet on the other side. And now you can fasten off. Remember, if you're sewing your button with your yarn, just leave a tail. And there is the leaves. So there you go. And see, you would have your 2 tails there, so you can sew in your buttons at the end. So there's the leaves. Okay. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and start our rows. We're going to start with a slip knot. and we are going to chain 26. All right, so go ahead and chain 26. And we are going to start our rose petals, and basically we're making shelf stitches. So we are going to start with a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. So count 1, 2, 3 on the 4th. We're going to go ahead and double crochet. Now those first 3 chains are going to count as a double crochet. So we need a total of 5 double crochets into that same chain. So let's go ahead and make 3 more. We have a total of 5, and we're going to slip stitch into the next chain. And now we're going to repeat this again, 5 double crochets into the next chain. And slip stitch in between each shell. So we're going to slip stitch into the next. Okay, so we're going to repeat that 3 more times. We need a total of 5 of these double crochet shells. And as you can see, it starts to kind of curl on itself, and that's kind of what we want because we do want to shape that rose. So go ahead and make 3 more of these shells with a slip stitch in between, and I'll see you back here after that. Alright guys, so I have my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it's all curled on its own, and that's what we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and now we slip stitch into the next chain. Now we're going to start our half double crochet shells, and we need 4 of those. So on that next chain, we are going to put 5 half double crochets. And slip stitch into the next chain. Don't forget to always slip stitch in between each of our shells. And we need 3 more. So 5 half doubles again into that same chain. And slip stitch. So we have 2. So now you need 2 more of these half double crochet shells, and I'll see you back here at the end of that. Okay, so I've slip stitched right after this shell, and now we're going to finish off with our single crochet shells, and we need 3 to go. So let's go ahead and do 5 single crochets into our next chain. And then slip stitch into the next chain, and then 5 single crochets, and slip stitch, and we're going to finish off with 5 singles into that last one there. And then we're going to go ahead and go right back into that same and just slip stitch. Okay. And I'm going to leave, so you should leave a long tail because we are going to be using that tail to stitch the rose onto the band. I will need to do that. I'm just doing this for the video. But now you can kind of shape the rose. So of course the larger petals are in the bottom, and then it just kind of curls onto itself, and just straighten those out. And that goes in the middle there. So what you need to do now is just take your, I don't normally put it together or stitch it together. I do that as I stitch it onto the band. So what you can do is just thread your needle and then just here we go, this guy. Make sure like all the, you could always hide this one too, but just make sure all the tails go right down the middle. So thread your needle, and then just once you have it the way you want it, nice, and then just go ahead and start to, and you can start to just stitch it, and make sure you grab all the layers as you come up from the band, so that way, you know, it'll stay all together. But that's basically it. You will stitch that on there. Make sure you shape your rose. For some reason this red color says it's the 4-weight, the 4-ply, but it seems a little thinner. That's why my rose is smaller than the pink one. This feels more like a medium weight, but you could always go up a hook size if you want to make it a little bigger. But that's what we put the little rose in the center. And just stretch it out there like that. And then you go ahead and sew on your buttons. And that's it. So there you go. Whatever color rose you chose, I think sky's the limit with the colors for the rose. They all look really cute. Okay guys, well thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you coming back, and definitely give me a thumbs up if you like the video. If you need more, I definitely have a lot of videos on ear savers, so you just go ahead and click on videos and you can get a list of all the other ear savers, and of course I have other tutorials as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. And like I said, if you've made this, I would love to see photos of your work, so go ahead and tag your photos to my Instagram page. So take care, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.